नमस्कार. CCR TV, channel of God's लवाचे द कॅथलिक वीकली न्यूज बुलेटिनांक तुमकां सगळ्यांक माये मोगाचो नमस्कार आनी येवकार. हांव मायकल ग्रेशियस. पळोवया ह्या सातोळ्यांतल्यो खबरो. कॅन सर्वायव्ह. गोंयांत कॅन्सर दुयेंसाचेर जैत व्हरूंक गोंयचो वाचपीस पात्रियार फिलीप नेरी फेरावान मोहीम सुरू केल्या. आदल्या गोंयच्या सेंट जोसेफ वाज स्पिरिच्युअल रिन्युअल सेंटरांत सांत जुझेवाजाच्या आसऱ्या खाला ह्या मोहिमाची सुरवात जाली. ह्या उक्तावणेच्या दोबाज्याक कारितास इंडियाचो डायरेक्टर फादर पॉल मुंजेली, कारितास इंडियाचो आदारी संचालक फादर जॉली पुतेनपुरा, नामवस्तो ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट डॉक्टर यान पिंटो, कारितास गोवाचो संचालक पाद्री मॅवरिक फेर्नांडीस, वैजुकी मोलावेले ओस्ताद, पाद्री, माद्री तशेंच जायतेच गृहस्थ लोक हाजीर आसले. पळोवया एक वाको.
A lovely little angel with a bright smile, Miss Lily, who's going to tell us her survival.
Was 1.5-year-old. The Gen-Z doctors said 2% survival and asked us to rush to Tata Hospital in Mumbai. My parents were frightened, but God helped us during my chemotherapy. I was very active on the bed. Doctor would be surprised to see me. During the breaks of my treatment, they took me to Tagore Retreat Center. It is only through prayers and strong faith that I have been healed and living a normal life. Now I am 10 years old and studying in 5th standard. Thank you.
There we have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that we officially have become the Can Survive initiative here in Goa.
Every other person is really coming to know about what is cancer, the causalities and the casualties of this menace, and at the same time pitching in and contributing in their own little way, thinking about others. Maybe that is where the real translating of the love of commandment of Jesus is taking deep roots in the society. See, we have been, unless this problem is becoming my problem, we are not bothered about anybody else, right? If I have a problem, if my family has a problem, then it is a problem, something which is related to me. Otherwise, I am not bothered. And there is such a lot of insensitivity that is developing around in our culture today.
On March 16th, we began this journey of inviting people to share a concept of intending to initiate this campaign in our state of Goa. And from there we selected a team of 20 members as coordinating team, very ably helped by renowned doctors here in Goa, a team of members. There are many doctors, interested persons of the society have been part of this coordinating team, who have helped us to come together, of which we also chose a core team to do the nitty-gritties of the whole program. And we are here today to launch this Cancer Support Network, a campaign. What is our vision? We have named this campaign Can Survive. Can Survive is a Goa-centric movement. It's a voluntary and community-based. We believe that Can Survive is announcing two dimensions concerning cancer. One is that we can survive from getting cancer. We can survive from getting cancer. But if someone gets cancer also, we can survive. So there are two dimensions to this campaign that we are working on. There are broad objectives behind this. There are 8 different objectives we have worked on, under which all our activities are being planned. So these are the 8 objectives under which we are going to function in this campaign. Building awareness, getting into advocacy to fight cancer, work towards early detection, because that is very crucial as far as the prevention aspect is concerned. The rehabilitation and reintegration of persons who have contracted it, so that they can be integrated in this society. to link with other existing health and cancer networks so as to widen the outreach, to offer a holistic approach, emotional support and medical aid.
I was wondering, why should the church get into this? And the first thought came to my mind is what the pastoral constitution of the church in the modern world of Second Vatican Council said in its very first number, Gaudium et Spes. It's a document of the Second Vatican Council which speaks about the church in the modern world. And the very first number says this: the joys and the hopes, the griefs and the anxieties of the men and the women of this age, especially those who are poor or in any way afflicted, these two are the joys and hopes, the griefs and anxieties of the followers of Christ.
This campaign that we have started or we are inaugurating today needs to be taken up as a movement in the state of Goa, bringing people of different faiths together, different social denominations together, bringing everyone under this umbrella of care and support and love to our fellow beings.
Darker the color, more the cancer incidence. That's 1990. Beautiful light map, right? Hardly much cancer. And that's 2016. You can see there's a huge difference in the colors of the map. So definitely we are seeing more cancer than what it used to be. Okay, so we've got to learn, a little bit more about this. Now the grim reality, I've practiced 15 years in the US versus India as a whole, is that 80% of patients come here at the last stage, at the end. They don't go to their doctors until it's very, very dire, okay? And 71% of patients here die between the age of 30 to 69, versus in the US, most of the deaths are above the age of 70. So we are finding deaths in a very younger population, which we shouldn't have, versus an older population abroad. 70% die in the first year after their diagnosis with cancer. Again, unheard of. So what I'm trying to say is, these are the three things to remember. We're coming very, very late with the diagnosis, so we've got to come earlier, and I'll show you some data as to why. Okay. Now the other big stigma with cancer, especially with all cancer patients, is no one wants to say they have cancer. And the biggest thing is they think that if you say you've got cancer, someone in the family will say, in this family you've got cancer. So the daughter might get cancer, son will get cancer. Who will marry my son? Who will marry my daughter? Especially for women. And the issues, if you look at here, genetics is only 4% of cancer incidence. So it's a very, very small percentage. Okay, so that's not the big problem. But the largest percentage for causing cancer, 40%, is tobacco and tobacco-related products.
चाळीसांनी चवथो गवळीक गिरेस्पण बाळगिवपाची कार्यावळ आदल्या गोंयच्या सेंट पायस गवळीक विद्या मंदिरांत सुरू जाली. ह्या कार्यावळीचो विशय आसलो गो अँड डू लायकवायज टू रिस्टोर ऑल थिंग्स इन क्रायस्ट. सुरवात करूंक गवळी बाप आर्चबिशप फिलिप नेरी फेर्रांव, विगाचे राल्फ पाद्री जुझे रेमेदियोस फेर्नांडीस, गवळीक विद्या मंदिराचो दिरेतूर पाद्री सिमिया फेर्नांडीस आनी दुसऱ्या पाद्रींनी सांगाती मिसाचें बलिदान भेटयलें. मिसाची भेट सोंपतच पाद्रीपणाची ओर्द घेतलेल्या नव्या पाद्रींचो यादिस्को भेटोवन सत्कार जालो. ऑक्टोबराची 13 तारखेर सिस्टर्स ऑफ होली फॅमिली हिची स्थापना मारियम थ्रेजिया शिरामेल मांदिकिदियान ह्या भारतीय माद्रीक सात म्हूण पाप साहेब फ्रांसीस परगोटणी करचो आसा. व्हातिकानांत जालोल्या ऑर्डिनरी पब्लीक कन्सिस्ट्री ऑफ कार्डिनल्स ऑन कॉजीस ऑफ कॅनोनायझेशन ह्या जमातेक पाप साहेबान हें मानून घेतलां. व्हातिकानाच्या सांत पेद्रूच्या चौकडेंत सांत कोरणीचो प्रोसेस जातलो. स्वयंभीकपणान जिवंक आडकोळ आसलेल्या खातीर तालिगांव वाठारांत आसलेल्या पीप किचनांत हायड्रॉलिक लिफ्टाची वेवस्था जाल्या. अमी नायक ह्या खानावळीच्या मालकान हे रेस्टॉरंट डिजेबल्ड फ्रेंडली करूंक येवजिलें. आडकोळ आसलेल्यांक तशेंच जाणट्यांक ह्या सवलतीचो फायदो जातलो.
My name is Amay Naik. I am the owner of Pip Kitchen in Taligaon. We have taken a small initiative of making Pip Kitchen accessible to everyone, and we wanted everybody to enjoy the services at Pip Kitchen. So this is a small initiative from our side, which I feel everyone should take an initiative for in this regards and make their place accessible to physically challenged, our senior citizens and everyone.
Can you explain what the device is, how you have made it accessible?
We have made it accessible by putting a small hydraulic lift, which we realized that since Pip Kitchen is a little above the ground level, it was difficult for senior citizens and physically challenged people to come and access our services. So we just installed a small hydraulic lift, which gets a wheelchair or right above and on the platform to the restaurant.
And is the wheelchair has to be the person's own, or is it provided by?
No, the wheelchair has to be personal. So as of now, we haven't started with providing a wheelchair, but very soon we'll be adding that as well.
Are you the first restaurant in Konkani to have a hydraulic lift?
In regards to hydraulic lift, I think so we are the first in Goa to install a lift in a restaurant, a hydraulic lift. But there are different lifts which get you to the restaurant, but in regards to hydraulic open lift, we are the first one.
The biggest problem I have encountered since my accident is finding a nice place to have a meal with my family. Most of the places in Goa are not wheelchair friendly, and those that are maybe not that good. So I mostly come to Pip's Kitchen, park my car outside, and my wife is to go get a parcel and wish to have a meal in the car.
We are very happy today that the Pip's Kitchen has installed a hydraulic lift to make their place accessible for persons with disability and the elderly. Actually, it was on our initiative some few months back when we had spoken to the owner and requested him to make the place accessible for persons with disability, considering the excellent food and services that he provides at the restaurant. We had requested him to make the place accessible for persons with disability, and we are happy that he has acted on our request, and today the restaurant is accessible for persons with disability and the elderly, where everybody can come in and enjoy a good meal or have a good family time at the Pip's Kitchen. As you are aware, 15% of our population consists of elderly persons and physically challenged persons or people with limited mobility. And if we are keeping out this percentage, 15% of the population, along with the family members, it comes to about 45% of our local population is kept out of the mainstream if we are not providing accessible services to them. And that is why the Disability Act also is mandates that all buildings, be it public building, be it private buildings, all have to be made accessible for persons with disability and the elderly.
ह्यो ह्या सातोळ्याच्यो खबरो आसल्यो. मेळुया फुडल्या सातोळ्यांत. CCR TVची नवी खबरां बुलेटीन घेवन ते म्हणसर मोग आसूंदी.